Hey Jaden, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely still feeling a lot of grief and somewhat like trauma, but I'm hanging in there today.
Yeah, I'm sorry that the situation happened and you're dealing with the grief and stuff. I just
Mhm.
want to remind you that you showed up today and you're showing up for yourself, so I do want to applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Um, will you just remind me a little bit more about the situation and maybe what the grief and the feelings that kind of what you're going through look like for you on a daily
Mhm.
basis.
Yeah, so just kind of, I guess, recounting it. So I was at a music festival concert with like a bunch of people. And during the concert, it was only like maybe an hour in. Um, a shooter started shooting at the crowd, and I was there with friends. And my friend tragically got hit and killed during this event. Um, I tried to save her. I tried to, put pressure on the wound and stuff like that, but I was unsuccessful. Um, yeah, so every day I feel like because it hasn't been that long, it's only been a month. I've been like reliving the event. I have trouble sleeping. Just get really upset, get irritable. I feel like I've been on edge a lot, especially like around like tall buildings and open windows, just because that's where the shooter was shooting from.
Mhm.
Um, and I also am feeling like feelings of guilt just because, um, my friend died and I survived. I feel like, uh, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe some sort of almost survivor's guilt around it.
Mhm.
Especially where I tried to save her and I just couldn't, and no one else could. Yeah, it just, there's a lot of feelings,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, that is a lot to have to just go through something like that and lose somebody that you cared about just so suddenly.
Mhm.
I just, want to acknowledge again that you have been through so much and that is a very, very traumatic experience. And, um, you know, I think that there's definitely some things that we can work on to try to help ease that pain and start your healing journey and, um, see what we can do to kind of address your those guilty feelings that you're having. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be helpful for
Aw-
sure.
Awesome. One thing that can be really powerful, in grief work is just finding ways that uh, to have like these conversations that we never got to have with the people that we love.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes we hold things deep down. They could be like words, feelings, thoughts, just things that just never got spoken to our loved ones.
Hmm.
So today I just wanted to introduce and kind of teach you a little bit about it's called chair work. Um, have you ever heard of chair work before?
I have not.
Okay, so what it is we imagine that your friend, the one you lost,
Hmm.
is sitting here with us in an empty chair. So if you just do you have an empty chair kind of sitting somewhere near you?
Yeah, I actually have one across the room.
Perfect. Okay, so just in that chair right there,
Hmm.
we are going to imagine having your friend there. You'll have a chance to just get to say anything that you wish you could say to them without judgment, no pressure, just everything. It's just about giving yourself that space to just to express what's in your heart, right?
Hmm.
And if you're comfortable later, we can imagine um, maybe what they might say back to you, just to see
Yeah.
if that would be like, appropriate or beneficial for your healing.
Mhm.
Do you feel like you'd be okay trying this today?
I think so, yeah. I think I could see some benefits from it for sure.
Okay. All right. So let's just begin um, by taking some deep breaths together, just so we can ground ourselves, create like a safe, calmer space, because this is some heavy stuff. Okay. So
Okay.
if you just breathe in in through your nose and out through your mouth, and we'll just do that a couple times together. Okay. Let's do it two more times. Okay. So now I just want you to imagine that your friend is right there,
Hmm.
sitting in the chair. Just picture them however feels right to you, how they looked, what energy they brought into the room, and just when you're ready, you can begin by, speaking to them or, sharing whatever you're carrying. Um, just kind of mention a, a couple of things to them.
Okay. Um, First of all, I am sorry I couldn't save you, or that anyone else couldn't, and I'm sorry that it even happened in the first place. And that it was a fun concert that, well, initially fun concert that we got to go to and saved up for, that turned really bad. Um, so I'm sorry that I guess excitement was also taken away. Um, and I also want to say that I miss you and I am sad that I won't get to do life with you anymore, get to graduate and get to finish school, and to see kind of where our lives go, and to go to more concerts because that was our favorite thing. Um, and I also will, um, still keep in touch with your family. Um, and they also know how I feel and how I feel guilty for even like going to the concert in the first place because it happened. Um, and that I, yeah, overall, I'm sorry that this happened and I feel some sort of responsibility in it. And um, yeah, that sucks.
Wow, I'm really proud of you. That was really touching. I think just by expressing that, it showed that you hold a lot of responsibility for what might have happened, and I really like how you shared how it's kind of been like for you to live with the loss of them, and what that night was like, and what you wish you could do for them, and how your life could be different with them. I think you did a really good job at that,
Thank you.
expressing your emotions and sharing that with your friend. Um, would you be open to switching kind of, chairs, positions, and just um, talking as if you were your friend, hearing
Yeah,
those things from you? Would you be willing to do that today?
yeah, I could give it a try for sure.
All right. So just if you feel ready, just again like you to invite to imagine what your friend might say back to you. You can
Okay,
either just stay seated where you are, you can move over to the chair, just whatever feels most comfortable to you, okay?
okay.
So what do you think that they would want? to know about that night?
Um, I think that she would say like, well, of course we are excited to go to this concert, so I think um those feelings of excitement would be, reciprocated, especially because it was something that we looked forward to. Um, and I also imagine her saying like she knows it's not my fault. I wasn't the shooter, so of course it wasn't. Um, but also that she knows that it was too, I guess, like serious to even save her from. And just that, unfortunately, along with other people, she was in I guess, the victim spot almost, and or she was not almost, she was, and that, yeah, she doesn't blame me for it, um, and that I should still do all those things, graduate, go to school, go to more concerts, and that she could be with me in like a different way. Um, and I think she would also say to like, yes, keep in touch with her family, um, and to make sure that they're okay because we're all super close.
Hmm.
Um, and that like I also know she would say that I just need to take care of myself as well, um, and also heal from this.
Yeah, really, really, really great work. I think that you hold a lot of good self-awareness and I'm curious, how did that feel kind of saying those things as your friend to
Mhm.
yourself? How did that feel for you?
It felt good, a little like difficult just because um like just remembering that she's gone almost. But I do know that she would be like positive about the situation, which is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, I feel like she would be positive in the fact that, it wasn't my fault and that keep going and go to more concerts and stuff. So it felt good because like I know in my body that she would say that, but also like hard just because like just remembering her and how if she was here like that she would actually say that is just a little like I guess raw or like sensitive. But
Yeah.
overall I think it was a good experience.
I think, I think the work that you've kind of done today is just so important, and you did a really incredible job.
Thank
One
you.
thing that I do like to do with closing the chair exercises, we just, give you a chance to kind of say goodbye for now to your friend, and
Mhm.
we can just kind of bring that exercise to a close and just discuss a little bit more if you're okay with that.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, I will see you later. It was good getting that out and actually saying it out loud. Um, and I look forward to talking again.
Okay. Good job. Really great work. I'm curious to know how your body's kind of feeling, and I know you mentioned a little bit about where your thoughts are and stuff, but um, can you express to me a little bit more of like what that full experience was like for you?
Yeah. Um, at first I was super tense and I think um I still perhaps am maybe a little bit. I definitely have noticed like different muscles in my body tensing, like my neck and like I play with my hands a lot
Mm.
too.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I felt like tense from the starting, but as I was speaking, it definitely loosened up a little bit just because I guess it does help to like get those things out. So yeah, my jaw kind of unclenched and my heart stopped beating as fast. Um, So yeah, overall high, but then it got better.
That's really good to hear. You know, sometimes just even like trying
Hmm.
something can just be part of that healing. So, and I understand that, this kind of work just isn't easy, and letting yourself connect with those emotions in a way that just kind of honors not only like you, but
Hmm.
your loss, rather than just kind of getting like stuck inside your head,
Yeah.
and just building on that, like helping you hold both like the pain and the love that you have for your friend is just so important and such a huge part of your healing.
Hmm.
Do you feel like these are exercises that um, you can do on your own? Or is this more along the lines of something that you'd want to sit and do again in session?
Yeah, I definitely would want to do it in session, but I think I could also either get to the point or also just do it on my own because it was like pretty easy to like imagine her in that chair. Um, I feel like maybe as I get more practice here or just on my own, like I could definitely open up even more in what like I have to say, and like more, I guess, expanded in what she would say too. So I think both I would definitely do in session again, and then I could get to the point where I could just do it on my own.
Yeah, I think that you have really great insight, just practicing this skill and getting more comfortable with not holding those things inside, those thoughts and those feelings, and being able to express them and feel like that, maybe we might have not gotten a chance um, to say goodbye to our loved ones, but um, that now we have this space, this safe, open space that we can allow ourselves just to heal a little bit.
Yeah.
And just finding ways that you can carry them with you, uh,
Hmm.
and just giving yourself more of that compassion and having to deal with a lot less pain. I think that's the importance of the chair exercise. So
Yeah.
I want to again tell you how proud of you I am and how beautiful work that you've done today. Uh,
Thank you. It's definitely helped a lot. I feel lighter.
yeah. And we can always implement some of those breathing exercises to begin them and to end them, to just help ground you and bring you back to center.
Hmm.
And so, we can definitely talk a little bit more in our next session about um, different mindful exercises and stuff that can prepare you for such intense exercises like the chair. Do you think that is something that you would like to learn a little bit more about?
Yeah, I think so. I think um like breathing helps a lot, just calms me down. So yeah, I'd definitely be interested in like diving more into that and learning more. Um, and also like other ways that I can be present again.
Yeah. Um, yes, I think that is a really great beginning foundation that we can start with, and I can't wait to see all the progress we make in the different exercises we try, and in hopes that we can get you to a good spot where that accepting feeling is. And yeah,
Me too.
we will set things up for next session. And again, you just did such a really great job, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.